What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And what is happening right now? Because this is 2 videos, 2 days in a row. What is happening? Is it the end of the world? Is it Armageddon? Nope, it's Nintendo news. That's what it takes to make me upload a new video, apparently. If you like this crazy upload schedule I'm on, you should hit the subscription button and hit that notification bell so you can be disappointed later in the week when I choose to play video games instead of make YouTube videos. If you're watching this video, chances are you're waiting for a Nintendo Switch Pro. And just like everybody else, since the Switch came out, we've been talking about a Nintendo Switch Pro and all the things it could possibly do. Will it have a solid-state hard drive? Will it have more processing power? Will it have more RAM? Will it be so powerful that you'll have to teach it Isaac Asimov's rules of robotics to keep it from taking over the world? Probably. That's what the Switch Pro will be. And all of the leaks and all of the rumors and everything else we're saying, this year, absolutely, the Switch Pro will drop. It'll be in your hands by Christmas. Well, we got a revision. We definitely do not have a Switch Pro. But this revision is pretty cool. I will probably buy it just like every other Nintendo fan out there. I have a Switch Lite I never use. I have an original Switch that I've never used. I use the revision. So I'll probably use this one as my primary Switch and let the others gather dust, just like every other Nintendo fan. Here's the announcement we got. And if you're expecting a Switch Pro, you're going to be a little bit disappointed. But what we got is this revision, which is the Nintendo Switch they're calling the OLED model, starting at $349.99, which is about $50 more than the base Switch that you can currently purchase off a shelf. And this is due out on October 8th, 2021, just in time for the Christmas season. So what does this have? Does it have a faster processor? No. Does it have more RAM? No. What does it do then? Why is it worth $50 more? And chances are it might not be for you. But if it is, here's why. It's got a 7-inch OLED screen. That's compared to the 6.2-inch screen. I definitely, with these old, tired eyes of mine, I want a larger screen on all of my portable devices. So this seems like a no-brainer for me. And it's going to be OLED, which is going to be a lot crisper and better looking with better colors. At the end of the day, OLED is really decent when you're doing 4K video. Is this going to do 4K? Absolutely not. Do not expect that from your Nintendo Switch because the processor and the RAM is just not powerful enough. But what you are already seeing will look considerably better. A big adjustment here is this new stand. And if you ever used the old Nintendo Switch stand, and I imagine a lot of you haven't because you don't play games like that on the go with your Joy-Cons unreleased or unattached, but this new Switch stand looks infinitely better. In fact, I know a lot of people who bought cases for their Switch just so that they could have a better stand. This is a pretty good investment. Built-in wired LAN port. Again, for those of you who don't know, Nintendo Switch Online is not particularly great. One of the reasons I think the service is not so great isn't because their home servers are bad. I do think a lot of it's because they use peer-to-peer in a lot of their games, and when they do that, you end up connecting to somebody who's not wired in. They didn't buy the little dongle that you need to buy with the old Switch. Having this built in and giving people the option is going to be very decent. I will probably take advantage of this just for downloading games. I don't play a lot of games online when I play with my Switch. It's probably Smash is the only one, but in case I do want to have that. Then this is an actually really decent investment, I think. 64 gig of internal storage. At this point, we've probably all bought 128 or 256 gig SD cards for our Switch, but having 64 gig of internal storage is going to be decent for a lot of newcomers or as a second Switch or as a portable Switch, however you want to do this. I think doubling up the internal storage is really good. I was hoping for that Switch Pro SSD, yeah, but I guess that'll be for the Switch 2. I think that's what we're going to start calling the Switch Pro from here on out. It's just going to be the Switch 2 because I don't think they'll have a lot of time left to release it. But back on track, it also does have enhanced audio, and I think this is very promising. I mean, if I'm playing with my Switch portably, I pretty much always have some earbuds in, but I do like the idea of this having better speakers. The speakers on the Lite and the other models aren't great. And of course, here's your basic marketing for a Nintendo Switch. It's got your TV mode, it's got your tabletop mode, it's got your handheld mode. You can play this system really only 2 ways, but you can set it down while you play it if you like. The Joy-Con, hopefully they fixed Joy-Con drift with this model. Obviously, that's not something they're going to talk about here, but hopefully this Joy-Con will be slightly better. I do like the white shell. And that's pretty much everything there is to know. So let's talk about it. I mean, I like all of these features. I think this is a really decent system. It's a no-brainer if you don't own a Switch. This is the one that you'll probably get unless you want a much smaller screen and you want to get the light. I don't feel like there's a much of a reason to get the $300 version unless the $350 price difference, the $50 price difference is going to make or break your bank. But then when it comes to the fact that this isn't the Switch Pro, that's really disappointing. I was really hoping for that sometime soon. I do like a lot of the things I wanted with Switch Pro: more memory, better screen, even a better kickstand, even better audio. I mean, this is a great revision. And like I said, I absolutely am going to purchase it and make it my primary Switch. However, it is kind of disappointing that we're probably going to have to wait a couple of years longer until we get a more powerful Nintendo Switch. And at this point, I wouldn't expect it to be a Switch Pro. I would expect it to be the Switch 2 or whatever crazy crap Nintendo calls it. There is good news when it comes to it being a Switch Pro or the next Nintendo Switch. I'm glad this isn't it because there's still a huge microchip shortage all across the world. And because of that, it's going to be hard enough to get your hands on this revision. I imagine scalpers are going to get this and flip it for $400, $500, $600. If that was a Switch Pro, if that was a Switch 2, Lord knows how much it would end up actually costing us. Get your pre-orders in if you want to get this device. Otherwise, you're probably not going to get it for Christmas. So, a bit of a mixed bag. This is definitely a great revision. Better sound, better screen, better quality, more RAM, better kickstand. All around, it's a good revision, but it's just that. It's just a revision. If you've got a Switch and you're gaming on a budget, probably better off with the system you've already got. I don't even know why I want an OLED screen. I want it to be larger, but my eyes are so bad these days, I can't really make it out. It's just all pretty colors to me. But now those colors will be slightly larger, and I might recognize a couple of the shapes, and that'll be fun. Guys, I hope you like this video. Let me know what you think about the Nintendo Switch. Hit that subscribe button, and while you're down there, hit that notification bell in the rare instance that I upload a third video in 1 week. It could happen. It really could. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon. Man, why do I want a Nintendo Switch Pro so bad? So Mario can look slightly cooler? I don't know. Oh man, child. I'm gonna die alone.